About you and Tank, if that would happen. No, you sparred with him, correct?
Yeah.
So you and Tank, if that would have happened.
I feel like me and Tank fight how it would go would be like electrifying. Like me and him are both mean, aggressive, bully. We bullies in the ring, you know, like we bully the bullies.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm the type of fighter, I love to bully the bully. So if you got two fighters in there, mentalities is like that, then it's gonna play out to be a great fight. And I'm just up for the challenge for real. And it's a Davis on Davis, like it's gonna be a great promotion, you know. I feel like that fight could break numbers.
The long-rumored clash between Gervonta Davis and Keyshawn Davis has officially become reality, and it's being described as a massive $500 million blockbuster that has the entire boxing scene talking. This potential showdown has dominated conversations for months, but now it's official. Both fighters have finalized the agreement, locking in one of the biggest bouts the sport has ever seen. Even more shocking, this fight is expected to be the final appearance of Gervonta Davis inside the ring. Yes, this is set to be Tank's farewell performance, and if he was ever going to walk away, this is the kind of explosive matchup you do it with. Let's dive into what makes this moment so huge.
Tank said he's now the new face of boxing. What do you think?
For sure, he's the face of boxing. I don't have no problem with saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he deserves everything that's coming to him. He's the face of boxing for sure.
And he's that guy. You talked about how good Shakur is. Do you think people sleep on Tank's skills? Because they just see him as a knockout artist?
Who sleep on Tank's skills? Nah, don't nobody sleep on Tank. Like,
well, I just go because so many people just think he's a knockout artist, but I think they underestimate his boxing IQ.
And back in 2021, in August, I sparred Tank, and he's skilled. Like, he's skillfully. Like, he's like, you can watch me fight. You know, I'm skilled. When I got in the ring with him, he's skillfully great. He's great. Like, Tank is all the way around a great fighter for sure. He's for sure like Shakur the man. Tank the man too. Tank the man to beat right now because he got the popularity and the skill. You know what I'm saying? Shakur the man right now, but he's just not as popular as Tank.
Gervonta Davis and Keyshawn Davis have officially locked in their matchup, finalizing an astonishing deal valued at around $500 million. That's not a typo. We're talking about $500 million on the line. This isn't a routine fight or just another entry on the boxing calendar. It's the collision fans have been anticipating for a long time, and all signs point to an event that's about to shake the entire sport.
That shit was fun, I ain't gonna lie, because I like a dude that ain't scared of me too, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas be scared, I ain't sugarcoat, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be scared in there, you feel me? That's why I love sparring Terrence Crawford, you feel me? Because he a nigga, you know, that nigga ain't Shakur, you know? They ain't scared of nothing. Cause niggas be scared. I ain't sugarcoat. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be scared in there. You feel me? I love sparring Terrence Crawford. You feel me? Cause he a nigga. You know that nigga ain't Shakur. You know they ain't scared of nothing. They ain't worried about nothing, and they can fight too. So when it came to Tank, you know it was like that. You feel me? So yeah.
Before we go any further, it's worth rewinding and looking at how this rivalry reached this point. The friction between Gervonta and Keyshawn wasn't sudden or accidental. This has been a long time coming, building steadily over months with constant tension simmering beneath the surface. Every exchange, every moment, only added more pressure, pushing things closer to an inevitable breaking point.
I would prefer Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis. I would knock Tank short out. Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. I'm not even about to just do all that. Like, Tank is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows that. You got the power, you got the skill and ability. He's patient. You know what I'm saying? But I know who I am. That little short can't touch me. And I'm coming with that same shit he coming with. And he know that. His coach Kenny, you know, got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? Tells him to go fight the nigga from Cuba. No, nigga, I'm gonna fight Tank. Stop mentioning other people when I mention your fighter. What you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm coming. Tank, if you wanna fight, send me a contract, bro. Tank, you know.
Everything reached a turning point after Keyshawn's latest appearance against Gustavo Lemos. He delivered a stunning finish, dropping Lemos hard and ending the fight in emphatic fashion. As the arena erupted and fans celebrated the knockout, Keyshawn had more on his mind than just the victory. He took control of the moment, stepped forward with full confidence, and publicly set his sights on the biggest name possible, calling out Gervonta Tank Davis right there in the ring.
Hey, a world title, but also we gonna come back to Norfolk, man, so y'all don't forget about me. Y'all keep supporting DB3, but a world title definitely gonna be next. 2025, we got big plans for everybody in the boxing world. Hey, Gervonta, knock knock.
You've been on that all week. Listen.
Calling out Tank Davis is never a casual move. He's a proven champion known for ending fights violently and dismantling anyone bold enough to challenge him. Most fighters hesitate even mentioning his name. Keyshawn didn't. He showed no fear, no second thoughts, and no hesitation. Instead, he made it clear that Tank was his priority and that he wasn't asking politely. He was demanding the fight.
I feel like I beat Tank too, as well. Only time I see him come out fast, it's on a cruise. I know boxing, and also I know myself, so.
At the beginning, Tank didn't take it seriously. From his position, there was no shortage of opponents lining up for a shot at him. He had plenty of choices and no pressure to rush into anything. But once the conversation took over the sport, with fans flooding social media, non-stop debate across boxing shows, and experts breaking down the matchup everywhere, ignoring it was no longer an option. The noise around a Tank versus Keyshawn clash became too loud to dismiss.
So from the game, we've seen a lot of tit for tat, name calling, and we've seen a lot of playing around, but we're not seeing the fights we need to see. So I think this will start something good.
Now, on the flip side, we got Gervonta Tank Davis, who just KO'd Frank Martin. Frank Martin had similar amount of fights as Keyshawn Davis had. What they did with after Tank knocked out Frank Martin, they said that Tank was cherry picking, fighting people that didn't have the experience that he has.
Right.
So do you think it would be the same thing if he was to fight Keyshawn and get the knockout and win that fight?
Honestly, I wouldn't think it would be the same, is because Keyshawn is a lot more confident than Frank Martin. He's a lot more experienced. When Tank was letting Frank Martin know that he wasn't ready, and he was saying to him, you don't know enough, he was being honest about that. But the reason it mattered is because Frank Martin as an amateur, probably maybe 50, 60 fights. Keyshawn as an amateur, 100 plus fights, and an Olympian. You know what I mean? So that's a different caliber of guy. The confidence level is way different. You know what I mean? So Keyshawn would go in there and not be scared and not be afraid and, shoot his shots with confidence. So that's what would make it a lot better fight.
Now, also with Keyshawn on the other side, if he was to win that fight Tank and win that fight, come out victorious, what would that do for his career?
I mean, best in the world at 135. You got to be fair. I mean, if anybody else was to beat Tank, that's what they would say. So he the guy now. I don't know if we would call him the face of boxing just yet, but he's the guy.
At 135.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up with let's pick up. So if Keyshawn Davis is to come out victorious against Gervonta Tank Davis, if that fight was to happen, what does that do for his career?
He's automatically declared the number one guy in the world at 135 pounds. The respect should be there. You know what I mean? Tank is the guy. So if Keyshawn was to beat him, now he's the guy.
Eventually, the pressure became impossible to overlook. Tank recognized the excitement, the momentum, and the clear reality that fans were demanding this matchup above all others. Instead of letting pride stand in the way, he made a calculated decision. He agreed to the fight and finalized the deal, proving once again that he understands when the moment calls for action and knows exactly how to deliver what the boxing world wants.
The fact that Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is, it goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not. That matters. When you know a guy's rhythm, when you know their speed, when you know what they're thinking, that changes everything, Saying all this to say that because I know we got a lot of people. It don't matter. When he get hit, he going to sleep. Just wait for it. This might be a fight until he gets hit. And again, he's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away, we got a fighter in our hands, I think it's a good fight. I think that there's better fights for Tank Davis, but this is a good fight for him.
But this matchup goes far beyond contracts and money. There's real history behind it. The tension between these two didn't appear overnight. It's been quietly building through online exchanges, indirect remarks in interviews, and repeated moments where neither man backed down. What started as competitive chatter slowly turned into a rivalry that demanded resolution. For Keyshawn, this fight represents more than a headline opportunity. He's determined to prove that he isn't simply a rising name or a future star. He believes this is his time, right now. On the other side, Tank understands exactly what's at stake. His reputation, his status, and everything he's built are on the line, and he's not willing to let a younger challenger step in and take his place without resistance. And make no mistake, Keyshawn Davis is a serious test. This isn't an easy assignment or a safe matchup. He's put in the work, and his background backs it up. An Olympic silver medalist, undefeated since turning professional, and packed with ability, he's entering this fight focused and fully prepared. He's not here for experience, he's here to win.
Keyshawn's boxing IQ is off the charts.
Keyshawn's understanding of the sport is next level. He combines lightning-fast speed, heavy-hitting power, and pinpoint accuracy, making him a formidable challenge for anyone across from him. His movement in the ring is effortless, his defense rock solid, and his counterattacks are ruthless. He can read his opponents, identify even the smallest openings, and make the most of every opportunity. On top of that, his conditioning is exceptional. Keyshawn can maintain a high pace throughout, keep consistent pressure, and still finish strong in the later rounds. That's exactly the kind of intensity he's bringing, and Tank is fully aware of it.
Into this fight, and Tank knows it.
Even Gervonta Davis has admitted that Keyshawn is turning heads in the boxing world. Many would argue that he's creating more buzz than several of the sport's top fighters at the moment. And yes, that includes names like Shakur Stevenson.
No fight can still happen, but after this year, I'm out of.
Could we see you with Shakur before you go?
Why you think about retiring? For what? Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing.
You don't think he's better than any of the guys you face?
Looking more better than him. Who that? Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this nigga.
So you would rather
keep screaming this nigga name? He haven't done nothing.
You'd rather fight
Keyshawn? Haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who say that you might be afraid? So what do you say to those who might be saying that Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only winning basketball and football.
Keyshawn's rise can't be ignored, drawing attention from everyone, from casual fans to veteran boxing analysts.
Davis Keyshawn, this new guy, he's 140 pounds. He's not bad.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis. That's him right there.
Ooh, no, I thought he was.
Ooh, there you go right here.
Oh, yeah.
He's a young guy.
Nice combination.
He's quick.
Good. Yeah.
Ooh. It's a harder puncher.
And
Tank has faced some of the toughest fighters in the sport, but he recognizes that Keyshawn isn't like the rest. This isn't a routine matchup, it's a serious test. Keyshawn has the skill set, focus, and determination to pull off a major upset, and he's coming in with his eyes on the top spot. But that's not all. Keyshawn isn't just relying on his own talent. He's got guidance from one of boxing's all-time greats. Floyd "Money" Mayweather is in his corner, offering mentorship and strategy, and this partnership has the boxing community talking even more about the potential of this fight. Now things get even more interesting. Floyd Mayweather wasn't just a casual mentor. He was Tank's trainer for years. Tank came up under Floyd's guidance, learning from one of the best and soaking in championship-level knowledge. But as everyone knows, their partnership eventually broke down, leaving their relationship strained and public. So, what does this mean for Keyshawn? It gives him a major edge. Floyd knows Tank inside and out. He's seen both his strengths and his vulnerabilities. Having been in Tank's corner during some of his most important fights, Floyd now has the chance to turn that insider insight into a strategic advantage for Keyshawn. And this isn't just about helping a fighter succeed. There's some real history behind it. Floyd has openly criticized Tank in the past, and this matchup gives him a chance to make a statement, proving he still knows how to outthink and outmaneuver one of the sport's top stars. With Floyd mentoring Keyshawn, This fight isn't just another matchup. It's a high-stakes showdown. The rivalry is personal, the tension is through the roof, and Keyshawn now has one of boxing's sharpest minds guiding him.
But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. When Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
This showdown carries more weight than just the star power of the fighters. It's also significant because it marks Tank's final outing in the ring. That's right, Gervonta Davis has been dropping hints about stepping away for some time, and this time it's official.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock, I mean 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
He's made it clear that he plans to retire from boxing to spend more time with his family. And after years of hinting at it, the conclusion of his career is now on the horizon.
25 is after next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight, you're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Before officially stepping away from boxing, Tank still has one more match lined up. He's scheduled to go up against Lamont Roach on March 1st at the Barclays Center, a fight that's already creating a huge buzz among fans and the boxing community.
Are you retiring?
What trash? What changed? What made this shit trash? Garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to.
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. But like I said, you got to walk today.
Lamont Roach is a serious competitor, and this matchup will challenge Tank in the ring. But for Gervonta, this is just a stepping stone toward the ultimate showdown, the long-awaited clash with Keyshawn Davis.
And I promise you, you better lead them home. You better lead the females home. On my mother, you better lead the females home and the kids. On my mother.
Yeah,
now watch this.
They gonna
now
be
watch.
There. They gonna be
now
there.
watch. Now watch.
What's different from 10 minutes ago when you said that?
You know how when they told you said how like I posed for Lomachenko, right? Mm-hmm. And like how he said like he was retiring, things like that. I feel as though like we've been in it so long that we are getting tired of it. Like we've been beating our body up so long, but it be like situations like just now, like where he talking that spark the plug again.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Is that all it takes for you? Is that all it takes? Just a little comment?
Nah, but that's what I want though. I don't want you to fight me like you saying you're going out.
It always go like this. It always go like this.
Nah, what I'm saying, you just said you feel like you going out.
They go to sleep.
I don't want you to feel like you going out.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubt himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'ma show up.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
I ain't worried about that.
This
Isn't
showdown
just
with
another
Keyshawn
match.
Davis
It's
isn't
the one
just
that could
another fight
define
on
Tank's
record.
legacy.
It's the defining
ending his
chapter of
career with a
career.
mega deal
Ending
fight
his boxing
worth a
journey with
staggering
massive
$500 million against a
bout
rising
against a
star
hungry,
like
rising
Keyshawn
contender
is
like
the
Keyshawn
ultimate way
is the
to go
ultimate
out with a
send-off.
bang.
Tank fully
Tank
understands
knows the
what's at
stakes
stake,
are sky
and he's
high,
prepared to give
and he's ready to
everything
give it
he
his
has
all
final
one
time.
last time.
So there it is.
So,
Gervonta
there
Davis
you have it,
versus
folks.
Keyshawn Davis.
Gervonta
a
Davis
once-in-a-generation
versus
matchup
Keyshawn.
with $500 million
Davis,
on the
a
line.
fight for the
Who will
ages
come out
with a
on top?
$500 million
Will Tank's
price
raw
tag.
power dominate?
Who's your
Or
pick?
will Keyshawn's
Will
skill
Tank's
and
power
precision
reign
create a
supreme,
shocking upset?
or will
Share
Keyshawn's
your predictions
precision
in the
pave
comments
the way
below,
for an
and we'll
upset?
catch you in the next
Drop your
video.
prediction.